Starting on the back, having your strap and block nearby. Before you get too still, go ahead and bring your knees to your chest and just feel back body along the earth. And rolling things out, start to lengthen the breath. Maybe a few exhales out the mouth as you do. And once you feel pretty centered in this moment, in this space, let your feet come to the floor or legs to the floor. I invite you to bring one hand to heart, one hand to abdomen. We're going to work with our equal wavelength breath today. We will begin by exhaling everything out the mouth. You can inhale through the nose, count to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhaling. Maintaining your equal wavelength breath. At a 6 count, it could get longer, it can get shorter. On your next inhale, get a little longer. Feel free to reach your arms over your head, lengthen out through your legs. On an exhale, let's bring the right knee into the chest. We'll stay here for about 3 to 5 breaths, but just adding some hip flossing motion. So whether you're using the guidance of your hands or no hands. Making some hip circles, right thigh bone, the head of your thigh bone in the hip socket. Make sure you move in both directions. On your next inhale, lengthen right leg long, arms overhead. Same thing on your opposite side. So exhale, left knee comes in. And again, using your hands or no hands, maybe you just use one hand. Inviting that hip flossing motion on the left side. Circles. Feeling the thigh bone, the head of the femur bone in the hip socket itself. And again, moving in the opposite direction. Yeah, on an inhale, go ahead, reach it out, left leg long, arms overhead. We're going to come into wind removing dynamics. So on the exhale, think of drawing your navel down and scooping it up as you bring your right knee to chest. And you're just hugging in for a moment. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, left knee in. Moving in your own equal wavelength breath, that samavriti. And as you lengthen out, try to keep your pelvis more neutral. So there is some extension to the spine. Try not to create an extra back bend in the lower spine. This just activates your core a little bit more. Helps stabilize to the hips, spine, pelvis. If you want a little bit more, next time knee comes in, draw the navel again down and scoop it up as you bring your forehead to that knee. It doesn't have to touch. And then inhale, you'll lower back to the floor. Leg goes long, arms overhead. Exhale, opposite knee in, forehead to that knee. Good. Just adding a little fire to the mix. Thanks, everybody. Okay, next time right knee comes in, we're going to stay on the right side. Your forehead's coming to the knee. Go ahead, relax your head down, but keep the knee in. And then interlace your 10-finger grip just below the knee on top of the shin or behind the thigh, whatever works for you. Think of hugging your thigh bone in and down, getting that nice compression in your lower abdomen and the hip socket. Then slide your hands behind the right thigh. You can always use a strap as an extension if you need to. But on an inhale, go ahead, reach your right leg up to the sky, flex your foot, spread the toes, and then exhale, rebend the knees, soften the foot. Do this a few more times. Inhale, lengthen right leg up. Flexing foot, spreading the toes wide, and then exhale, releasing. About 3 more. Maintaining your equal wavelength breath. Next time right knee comes in, go ahead, let your right foot come to the floor. Keep the knee bent. And allow your right leg to just fall out to your right side. And that half Adho Konasana shape, nice. Again, about 3 to 5 breaths here, inhaling and moving into the exhale as you do. Next inhale, use your right hand to bring your right leg back up through center. Again, bring your right knee to your chest. We're going to come into a twist. So bend the left knee so your left foot comes flat to the floor. Lift your hips up and over to the right just a little bit. Left leg will go long. Use your your left hand to guide your right leg over to your left into your twist. Remember, you can always bring the earth closer to you. Good, Matt. So you can elongate your left leg now. Yeah, nice. Once you're in your twist, right arm out to your right, palm up. On an inhale, come back through center. Level out your hips with your spine. You're going to bend both knees. Walk your feet side by side. And then you're going to cross your right leg over left leg. Once you're here, bring both knees to your chest. You're going to either grab your outer shins, calves. You can, maybe your outer edges of your feet, and your feet are flexed. And then think of pulling your legs or your heels away from your outer hips. You should feel this, hopefully, in your outer hips, glute area. Once you have that, to the best of your ability, think of lengthening your tailbone towards the floor again. Slowly release your legs. Let your left foot come to the floor. Uncross the legs. Same thing, opposite side. The left leg crosses over right. Four angle is another great option if you can't get that full cross. Still going to get into the outer hip area. Once you have your position, legs come into your chest. You're in the cross leg position. You're grabbing outer calves or outer edges of your feet. Like that. Cycle. And then lengthening your tailbone back to the floor. Those who are in four angle, feel free to bring your knees closer to your chest. And back to your equal wavelength breath, especially as things get a little louder. Another breath here. And your next inhale, slowly release your legs, your feet. Let your feet come back to the floor, uncrossing the legs. And keep the feet, the knees bent, feet flat on the floor, arms by your sides. And then find your more neutral spine. So think of lengthening your tailbone to your heels, feel your feet pressed to the floor, and then isometrically drag your heels to your butt. So we activate the hamstrings and the outer glutes again. And on your inhale, lift your hips up to the sky. So just some dynamic bridges here. Exhale, lowering to the floor. Do about 4 more, so 5 total. Inhale, you float up. So you lower back down. Good. Finish the round you were on. Next time you come to the floor, pause there. Heel toe your feet a little bit wider than hip width, maybe mat width. Arms out to your sides, capital letter T. Windshield wipers. You're inhaling here. On an exhale, let your knees drift over to your left. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, over to the right. I'm going to give you 2 options. Option 1, keeping it fairly soft. Option 2, if you want a little bit more action to get more of a stretch. For instance, as your knees come to the left, your top leg is the right leg. You will actively flex your foot and reach your right thigh bone forward in space. And then inhale, you'll release that action. Bring knees up through center. Exhale, knees to the right. Now it's my left leg that's on top. I'm going to flex my foot, reach my thigh bone forward in space. Getting a little bit more length on the outer side or the outer seam. Just a couple more on each side. Start to find balance between your sides. You do, we'll come through center. And again, bringing knees to your chest. Feel free to rock back body to the floor. Maybe find a variation of happy baby. And then we'll make our way to hands and knees. So rolling to one side, fetal position. Resting up. So you're in your tabletop position. Have your blocks nearby. Neutral tabletop once you're there. Good. Wrists are shoulder width, fingers spreading wide, knees are about hip width. You can tuck your toes. If you can, try to flatten the tops of your feet or allow them to come closer to the floor. Then you'll move with breath through cat-cow. So on an inhale, you're coming through the extension of your spine. Chest, heart forward, tailbone back and up. Exhale, press into the floor flexion of the spine, tailbone tucks into check. Again, moving within your own equal wavelength breath, Samaviti. Next inhale, come into a neutral spine. We're going to come into what is called wag the tail. So it's just more of a lateral flexion of your body, of your spine. So on your inhale, think of bringing your hips to the left and your eye gaze to the left. So you're kind of opening up to that right side. And then inhale, you'll come through center. Exhale, think of bringing your hips to the right, eye gaze to the right. And just doing this from side to side. And let your head kind of dip down and forward. And find balance between your sides. When you do, we'll come through neutral spine again, tabletop. From here, on an inhale, come through your cow. On the exhale, you're going to round cat and then bring your hips to your heels, child's pose. Knees can be wide or closer together. Inhale, come forward through cow. Exhale, rounding back, hips to heels, child's pose. One more like this. Next inhale, feel free to stay in that cow position or let your hips come more forward towards your wrists. Extended cobra. And then exhale, press into the floor, round through your spine, hips to your heels, child's pose. Inhale, coming forward, cow or extended cobra. And exhaling it back. One more time. And the next time you come into your child's pose, we're going to pause here for a moment. Palms can face up. You can do that fist pump action. Maybe roll out through your wrists. And then let your palms come to the floor. Come up onto your finger pads just for a moment. As your finger pads root down, think of rotating biceps up, triceps down. Get really broad in your mid upper back. And let your hands come back to the floor. On an inhale, walk your hands, upper body over to your left. Arms can stay shoulder width, or maybe you make a pillow with your left forearm for your forehead to rest upon. Same thing, you're pressing your right palm into the floor isometrically, rotating bicep up, tricep down. Think right hip to your right heel. And then on an inhale, you'll come through center and walk it over to the right side. Pillow with your right forearm if needed, palm to the floor, pressing isometrically in, rotating bicep up, tricep down, left hip to left heel. Inhale, come back through center. We'll come into our prayer stretch. Walk your palms together, bend your elbows. Same thing, feel your elbows isometrically rooting down as you draw your upper arm bones back into the shoulder sockets. So feeling broadness through your chest, upper back. Thumbs can come to the nape of the neck. Maybe you separate your hands, reach for your shoulder blades. Slowly release your arms, hands back to the floor. Inhale, come up through neutral tabletop. On an inhale, come through your cow. On your exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then once you're here, move it out. Pedal it out. You can even breathe it out. Good. Then we're going to play with this shape a little bit. The next inhale, walk your feet just about a foot's length forward. You're shortening your downward facing dog stance. If you notice, keeping your hands firmly to the floor is a little hard just because we're tight or, our bone length. Feel free to place blocks beneath your hands, bring the earth closer to you. Because you do want that action of pressing into the floor to help open the posterior chain. You can still pedal it out. Nice, Matt. Good, Michael. And next inhale or so, again, you're going to walk your feet about a foot's length forward. So we're not quite in our forward fold, but just there. Good, Liv. Nice, Michaelin. And then next inhale, looking forward, walk your feet all the way forward so you're in more of your traditional forward fold. Feet about hip width distance apart, maybe wider, soft bend in the knees. You can grab your opposite elbow, sway, come into your more traditional ragdoll position. Maybe you interlace your 10 fingers or your 4 fingers, wrap your thumbs around the nape of your neck, just up to the skull. And weight and gravity help lengthen again through your back body. You might feel this all the way from the back of your Achilles tendon up to the legs, the butt, the hips, pelvis, spine. Next exhale, slowly release your hands to the floor. On an inhale, come up halfway. And you're going to bring a block underneath your hands. So underneath your chest line, shoulders. You need to turn to the side of your face to you guys so you can see me maybe a little bit better. Little unorthodox in a yoga class, so just be mindful of your ankle and your knee. But you're going to rotate, or you're going to start to roll to the outer edge of your right foot. This is a supinated flexion of your foot. And then, if you can, start to forward fold a little bit deeper, so hinging at your hip line. And you should feel that stretch start to travel a little bit further up through the IT band into the outer hip region. Come back to your equal wavelength breath. Now, if you want a little bit more, you would come up just about halfway again. You're going to turn your opposite foot, so your left foot a little bit over to the left. Bend the left knee. You'll come back into your forward fold, but then walk your upper body over to your left side. And think of letting your right hip come over to your right side. And you'll notice the stretch maybe traveling a little bit higher up into the outer hip region, maybe around to that glute med, up through the lower back. This is like one of my favorite stretches of all time just because it's so good hurt. Take another breath or so here. On an inhale, you'll come back through center. Let all 10 toes point forward. On an exhale, come back into just a neutral forward fold. Maybe notice your right side outer seam compared to the left. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So on an inhale, you'll come up about halfway. Then feel free to use your hands on the block. Rotate to the outer edge of your left foot. Think of bringing your hips slightly over to the left just a little bit, and then forward fold. Be mindful of your left ankle, left knee. Left knee always has a gentle bend in it. So especially if you're hypermobile, you don't want to put the pressure into the knee joint itself. We're getting into the tissues, the fibers on the outer seam of the left leg, left hip, pelvis, lower back region. Doing that. Again, if you want a little bit more, you'll come up just about halfway. Getting space, you'll turn your right foot out to the right just a little bit. You'll come back into your forward fold and then walk your hands, your upper body over to your right side, letting your left hip come a little bit further out to the left. I like to walk my hands, my block forward in space. Just creates a little bit more on that left side, like I'm creating a C-like shape, crescent shape on my left side. A little more intense. Relax the face, jaw, make sure you're not holding tension there. Inhale, come back through center. Level out both feet, so all 10 toes point forward. On an exhale, come back into a forward fold. Ground through the feet, draw the belly button in and up, and then slowly inhale, roll vertebra by vertebra up. As you come up to your standing position, feel free to add a shoulder shrug. And making your way into your Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, from here, on an inhale, sweep the arms out and out. And exhale, come into a forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway fold. Exhale, two fold. Roots of the feet, inhale to rise. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half fold. Exhale, Uttanasana. Feel your feet, inhale, root to rise. We'll do that one more time. On the exhale, take it back into the fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to the rise. This time as you exhale, you're going to bend the knees slightly. Come into fierce pose, Utkatasana, hands at the heart today. Doesn't have to be super low. Take another breath. On your next exhale, forward fold straight legs. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back. Pivot your left heel to your right. Come up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. For most people, it's right heel to left inner arch alignment. And then bend the right knee, make sure your knee is tracking over your big and second toe, or moving in that same direction, I should say. Going over your right fingertips. Feel your shoulder girdle on top of your ribs, ribs on top of your pelvis. And then let your palms face up, soft bend in the elbows. Inhale, lengthen your right leg long, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, prayer, bend the right knee, warrior two. Inhale, open the arms wide, reach the arms up, lengthen right leg. Exhale, hands to heart, warrior two. 3 more like this. Good. Next time you're in your warrior two, pause. Again, inhale, open the arms. Sweep the arms up, left, right leg long. And then on the exhale, turn your left toes to your right side, so the long edge of your mat. Hands at the heart space. And then inhale, open the arms wide. Take a nice lengthy breath, and then exhale, come into a forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Shake out the head, the neck if you would like. Inhale, come up halfway. And then you're just going to crawl your hands to the front edge of your mat. So your right toes pivot to the front edge of your mat. You're pivoting to the ball of your left foot. Keep your left hand down. Inhale, reach your right arm up, twist. Option 1, staying here. Option 2, rotate to the outer edges of your feet, letting your hips stack and drop to the floor, reaching your right hand to the back of your mat. Inhale, come up through center. Right hand down, step your right foot back, plank. Remember, plank can always be kneeling plank. Inhale, shift forward, exhale to lower. Inhale, reach the heart forward and up, cobra. And then exhale to lower. Inhale, press up through tabletop. Exhale, hips to your heels, child's pose, just for a moment. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Walk your feet slightly closer together. Inhale, reach your left leg back and up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, softly step it through. Pivot right heel to the left. Align your feet accordingly. Come up, warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2. And again, feel your shoulder girdle on top of the ribs, ribs on top of your hip girdle, your pelvic girdle. Palms face up, slight bend in the elbows. Inhale, lengthen left leg, reach the arms out and up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart, prayer. Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhaling. 3 more. Inhale, lengthen left leg long, reach your arms overhead, turn your left toes to the long edge of your mat, hands at the heart space. And then inhale, open the arms wide, open up through the chest. Inhale here on your exhale, come back into your wide-legged forward fold. Good. Maybe your hands walk in a little bit further in towards that midline between your feet. Inhale, come up halfway. And again, you're going to crawl your hands to the front edge of your mat, turning your 10 toes forward. Ball of your right foot down, right hand down. Inhale, reach your left arm up, twist, staying here, or again, rolling to the outer edges of your feet, hips stack and drop. Reach your left arm behind you. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, left hand down. This time as you inhale, step your right foot to meet left, come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana, fierce pose. Inhale, bend the knees, hands to heart. Exhaling here. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, forward fold, straight legs. Again, inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway fold. Exhale, step the right foot back again, pivot your right heel to the left, align yourself up, feet up into warrior 2. Go opposite foot forward, mat. Got it. Same side, I know. Yeah. Palms up. Inhale, lengthen left leg, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, bend the left knee, warrior 2. Again, inhale, arms out and up. Warrior 2. This time, inhale, lengthen legs long. Turn your left toes to the long edge of your mat. On the exhale, you're going to come into your forward fold. Okay, we're going to come into Skandasana. Those are your Cossacks downstairs. So inhale, come up halfway. Use a block underneath your hands if you need to. You're going to inhale here on your exhale. You're going to crawl it over to your left. So bending your left knee. Your right foot does not have to stay on the floor up here. I even like to return my toes or just engaging the right foot. And then inhale, you'll come up through center. That's the way to live. And then exhale over to the right side. Good. Couple more on each side. Stay up higher if you need to. You can get as low as you would like to. One more each side. Okay, now the next time you're going to walk it to the left, the front edge of your mat. You're going to walk it forward so that you're coming into your twist. The ball of your right foot down, heel to the sky, right hand down. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Again, staying here or rotating to the outer edges of your feet, hips stack and drop. Reach your left hand to the back edge of your mat. Inhale up through center. Exhale, left hand down, left foot back, plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, child's pose just for a moment. Inhale up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. 3 to 5 breaths. You can move it out. You can breathe it out. Okay, walk your feet slightly closer side by side. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, softly step it through. Pivot your left heel to your right. Come up, warrior two. Palms facing up, soft bend in the elbows. Inhale, lengthen right leg long, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands at the heart, bend the right knee, warrior two. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. We're going to make into our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen right leg. Bring your right toes to the long edge of your mat. Exhale, hands to the heart. Come into the fold. Dandasana. Inhale, come up halfway. This time as you exhale, you're going to walk over to your right side. If you want a little bit more challenge this second round, you can use no hands. Inhale, you'll come up through center, over to the left. Inhale, up through center, over to the right. Inhale, up through center, left. Good. One more on each side. Take your time. Move in your own breath. Next time you come forward to the front edge of your mat, walk your hands with you, all 10 toes pointing forward in space. Left heel up, left hand down. Inhale, twist, right arm up, staying here. We're rotating to the outer edges of your feet. Reach your right arm to the back edge of your mat. Inhale up through center, right hand down on the exhale. Inhale, left foot forward to meet right, come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bend your knees, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Stay on the exhale. Stay on your inhale. Exhaling here. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, press all the way down to reach up, slight back bend if you would like. And then exhale, hands at the heart, Samastihi, equal standing. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time as you exhale, pinch your palms, step it back 1 foot at a time, downward facing dog. Move it out, breathe it out. We're going to start to bring it down to the floor. Next inhale, high in the balls of the feet. Exhale, knees to the floor. If you can, hips to your heels, child's pose. If that's not an option for you in this moment or in this class, always feel free to come flat on your front side into crocodile. Let your hips get heavy to your heels. Breathing now down to the crown into the base of your spine. And as you exhale, let the energy continue that downward motion, that active softening into the shape, into your body, into the floor. You slide your hands underneath the shoulders, press upright. Hips to one side, legs out in front of you. And make your way onto your backside. Have your blocks, your blanket nearby. Coming onto your back. Bring your knees to your chest, gentle rock it out. Happy baby variation. You are more than welcome to come into a supinated twist. Maybe bringing right knee to chest, left leg goes long, rolling right leg over to the left side, and I'll let you know when you will switch. All the while continuing that downward motion of energy by breath, and where we direct it with breath or thought, maybe feeling. Inhaling through crown into the base of the spine, tailbone, sit bones, pubic bone, the holes beneath you. Exhale, allowing that softening to continue. Letting the muscles, fibers, bones of your physical being soften each time to the floor. You're in your twist, start to make your way to your opposite side. And start to make your way to your backside. And into your final position of rest. Look like Shavasana, corpse pose. You can use your blocks for supported Baddha Konasana. At Glenn, you can use the length of your blocks to go under the lengths of your calves for a gentle inverted position. If you have a wall or want to get to a wall, slide your legs up the wall. Something, a blanket over the front of your pelvis for more grounding. Like that. Actually, this way so you have more. Yeah. Take another moment, adjust where you need to so that you're even more comfortable on your backside, shoulder blades underneath. Arms can be away from the body, palms, let them rotate up. You're getting that nice opening through the chest, heart, upper arm bones. Maybe bring one hand to heart, one hand to abdomen, or both hands to the lower abdomen, both hands to heart. And exhale everything out the mouth. We're going to continue our intention of bringing energy in and down. On your inhale, think of breathing from your pelvis, navel, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, navel, pelvis, legs, feet. Inhale, pelvis, navel, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, navel, pelvis, legs, feet. Inhale, pelvis, navel, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, navel, pelvis, legs, feet. Inhale, pelvis, navel, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, navel, pelvis, legs, feet. Inhale, pelvis, navel, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, navel, pelvis, legs, feet. Inhale, pelvis, navel, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, navel, pelvis, legs, feet. Stay here as long as you need. When you're ready to come out, you will always come out slowly, mindfully.